ago, I was in Vegas, played some roulette, clap it up, I won $500, my friends. $500, baby. I only put 10 grand on the table. Alright, is that a win? My girl was with me. She was like, Eric, I think you have a gambling problem. I was like, oh, wanna bet? Wanna bet! Here are the jokes, guys. Here are the jokes. Oh, and I am dating someone very wonderful. Where are my couples at? Couples, make some noise. I liked how many girls I saw nudge their partners right now. That was great. Clap, you love me. I had to go through lockdown with my girl. I had to quarantine with my girl. I don't know if you had to quarantine with your partners. You could be another. It's the worst. I hate her so much. I hate her so much. We were trying to spice things up because we were getting a little heated. She was like, Eric, what can I do in the bedroom to turn you on more? And I was like, be Asian. She can't be Asian. Very difficult. She's actually Puerto Rican, Italian, and angry all the time. All right, it's a beautiful mix. But here's the problem. All my exes have been like Japanese, Filipino. She knows I like Asian girls, all right? So every time we walk by someone who's Asian on the street, she's always like, oh, Eric, you like them? You want to hook up with them? And I always got to be like, yo, can you not talk that way about my uncle, all right? He's a nice boy. He's a nice boy. We are trying to spice things up a little bit. We started role-playing. I don't know if y'all know what role-playing is. It's when you get in bed with each other and play with each other's roles, all right? Gained a lot of weight this quarantine, you know what I'm talking about? I'm a little Pillsbury Dough baby, sexy boy, sexy boy. Oh man, I wanted something nice for her recently. A couple days ago, I got her a little gift, got her some lingerie. Everyone go, ooh. I know she hated it. She absolutely hated it. She was like, Eric, why would you buy me lingerie from Goodwill? You know what I'm talking about? Talk about secondhand, am I right? Secondhand, dude, gross. I love my girl a lot, man, but we had to move in together over the lockdown, and you learn a lot about someone when you live with them. You learn a lot about someone. Like, for instance, I thought that people should have some privacy when they're in the restroom. I was peeing in the bathroom. She just walked in, all right? She just walked in, and I was like, stop, what are you doing? And she's like, stop, what are you doing to our sink? You know what I mean? It was very, very confusing. But I love her, man. She's wonderful. It's crazy. We're trying to get like a little better over quarantine, be better people. We started reading a lot more. Here's the thing. I don't know if I knew how to read when I was a kid. All right, straight up. Like when I was in like 4th, 5th grade, I would read a whole book, try to write the book report, and have no idea what just happened in the Kama Sutra. All right, it was a hard book. A hard book. We lost weight over quarantine. You get this, guys. I lost about 80 pounds since last year, guys. Clap it up for that. Lost about 80 pounds. Thank you. I got circumcised. All right, that is the secret, ladies. There you go. Oh man, lost all this weight. I started exercising. Here's the thing. I started biking all over. I bought a bike, up a bike. Very sad news last week. I parked my bike somewhere. Someone stole my bike seat. Isn't that horrible? Stole my bike seat. Like I used to like to bike, but now I love to bike. You know what I'm talking about? There you go. Oh man. I didn't used to live with my girl. I used to have some horrible roommates. Clap it up if you've ever had a horrible roommate. Who's had a horrible roommate in here? Where? Few y'all. Yo, if you were quiet right now, you were the horrible roommate. Alright, so look in the mirrors of your dishes, please. I had the worst roommates, man. They were loud, they were messy, they were my parents. Alright? Very annoying. It's hard living with your folks, man. One time my mom caught me smoking. I was like, what's the big deal? It's only meth. But my mom, don't have too hard, Tucson. Don't have too hard, alright? Please. Oh man, I love my folks very much. My mom's Filipino, my dad is Mexican. It's fun being Mexipino, alright? I like it a lot. They like even each other out. Like get this. Since I'm half Filipino men, we go bald really early. I lost all my hair by the time I was like 20 years old. Alright, it was the worst. But it works out, because since I'm half Mexican, by the time I was in kindergarten, I could grow a mustache. Alright, so I like it. I just feel like I got stuck with the two races with the worst names, all right? The worst names. Get this, Filipino side, Filipinos got horrible names. I got an uncle named Boy, all right? He is my Uncle Boy. Like, how lazy were my grandparents? Were they just like, oh, here's a boy, what do you want to name him? Yes. No, it's horrible, man. It's even worse on the Latino side. My last name is Escobar. When you think Escobar, who do you think of? Pablo, exactly. Everyone hears my name, and they're always like, you must be related to Pablo. You must be in the cartel. Doesn't really bother me, because they'll be dealt with. All right, I was supposed to go to Mexico next week. I was going to Mexico next week on a free flight. I had a free flight. I was getting deported, but I don't know if that is still working out. We will see. Still calling my folks every week. Called my mom last week. She asked me a weird question. She was like, Eric, are you pro-gay people? I was like, what? She's like, are you pro-gay people? I'm like, Mom, I'm not even amateur gay people. Where did they get a league? You know what I mean? Got any fantasy gay people? I'm gonna draft you. Come on, stop touching me. What's happening? I don't know what this is. My dad's even worse, man. Called my dad a couple weeks ago. He knows I'm not Filipino, you know, I'm a Filipino mom. And he called me Oriental. I was like, Dad, don't say Oriental, it's 2020, say Asian. One time he called me heavyset. I'm like, Dad, we don't say heavyset anymore, call me plus size. Call me fat, Dad, that'd be great. But the thing that really messed me up is one time he called me a pussy. I was like, Dad, it is 2020, all right? We do not call people pussies anymore. We call them millennials. And, that is a hard joke to tell as a millennial. Jeez Louise. We're the worst though, we're the absolute worst. Have you talked to like 25-year-olds? It's like you're talking to 25-year-olds, all right? Like, no one has a job, they're always crying. It's really weird, I don't get it. But I figured it out. Millennials, we're the worst because we grew up with social media, the internet, iPhones. It messed us up. It messed us all up. That's why we're all weird. I can't do anything without my phone. I was pooping today. I was taking a poop, realized I didn't have my iPhone with me, and I started crying, okay? I started crying, I finished my business, and then I got out of that pool. And that was the worst birthday party I've ever been to. Here's the thing, man. I hate social media. I really do. I do it because I'm a millennial, but I hate Instagram stories. Because here's what sucks about Instagram stories. You can tell who's watching all your Instagram stories, all right? And some people, they just creep on them. They watch every single one. Like, get this. James from high school watches every single one of my Instagram stories. Doesn't say a word, all right? Doesn't comment, doesn't like it. And it's creepy because I haven't even seen James since his funeral, all right? It is very confusing. Very confusing. I like you, so what's your name? Clap it up for Will, guys. Clap it up for Will. You sat in the front. You asked for this, baby. You asked for this. Will, you've been my favorite person so far because like everyone's laughing, having a good time. Will, when you like a joke, you nod, which I think is so. I was like amateur gay, and I was just like. I don't know if you didn't like a joke or something, but there was like 2 minutes where you were just staring at me, waiting to nod. You're just like. Will, do you have any tattoos, Will? You got any tattoos? Yeah. Oh, word. You got a tattoo of someone's name? Is anyone's name? Oh, it was the cover-up of someone's name. Okay. Watch out. All right, don't get it on there. It'll cover it. Here's the thing, man. I was about to get a tattoo of my ex's name, all right? It was a bad idea. I even told her, I was like, yo, I love you a lot. I want to get a tattoo of your name on me. And she was like, who are you? You know what I mean? It was very frustrating, very frustrating. But it's okay. She was a great teacher. I loved it. Great first grade class. Oh, man. Y'all may have seen me on some stuff. You may have seen me on Last Comic Standing or Comedy Central or OnlyFans. All right, good listen credits. It's weird, man. Back in LA, I live in LA. I'm still auditioning for stuff, but this is what's messed up. They only send me in for auditions for a certain type. I only get cholo auditions, all right? A cholo's like a gangster, and you can tell how tough I am by the way I pronounce cholo, all right? Not a tough guy, not a scared guy. I don't even look like a tough cholo. I look like a cholo who loves like hummus and Blink-182. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna steal your wallet, but I might steal your heart. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? Oh man, I don't just do acting, I just comedy. I used to be a professional wrestler. That was crazy. I was wrestling all last year, but when the pandemic hit, I had to stop. And I ended my wrestling career on the worst match ever. The worst match ever. I was wrestling this guy, we were in the ring, out of nowhere. He legitimately headbutts me in the dick. Which was horrible. It was absolutely horrible because it was the first time I've seen anyone get a concussion. You know what I'm talking about, ladies? I'm talking about, here we go. My girlfriend does not like that joke. She does not like that joke at all. I love my girl very much. I was single for a long time, very single. I had an ex probably 5-6 years ago, last major relationship I had. And it was the worst, man, because this is what's up. She would want to have sex like 3 or 4 times a day. And if I was lucky, one of those times would be with me. All right, so what a hoe, what an absolute hoe. All right, that was a sad joke, I understand. But here's the thing, man. I was doing all the online dating. I was on Tinder. I hate Tinder. I don't want to tell my kids I met their mom while I was drunk on the toilet swiping right. All right, like that's not a fairy tale. But I met one girl online. We dated for a little while, but we had to break up because our lives were going in different directions. All right, completely different directions. She currently makes 6 figures a year as an engineer at Google. My last paycheck was a bag of weed for telling poop jokes in Buckeye. How do you put that on your taxes? You know what I mean? Like, do I need like a W-420? What's going on? Stoner's got it. What's up? Let's hang out outside. You know what's up. It'll be great. When I was single, man, I would get lonely. I would get sad. One night, I was super drunk, super lonely. Went back to my room, opened up my laptop, went on Internet Explorer, ended up on this site called Jezebel. Alright, I don't know if you know this Jezebel site, it's mainly for the ladies. That's why I'm explaining. I was really drunk, because it's really embarrassing as a guy to still use Internet Explorer. Alright, very hard. But I came across this article and it was cute. It was about cuddling, you know what I mean? Like for instance, if the girl is lying on her back and the boy is the one holding her, it usually means that the female has a dominant personality over the male. Very interesting. The next one was the exact opposite, but it's how I cuddle, so that was really cute. It was the one where the guy is on his back and the girl just isn't there. It's very frustrating. Hey, who's drinking tonight? You're drinking, make some noise. Let's do this. Give a big round of applause for your wait staff, your servers, your bartenders, everyone over here. They're working hard to keep y'all happy. If y'all are drinking, get an extra shot, tip them out really hard. I will say this, if you're a drinker, hell yeah. If you like to do drugs, be careful, all right? Be very careful. Over quarantine, I tried acid for the first time, all right? And it was the worst because I dropped it, started tripping out. I was so in such a crazy state. I didn't even realize my little brother walked in the room and took some. Which is the scariest thing to ever happen to me as an only child. All right, my friend is very, very But yo, friends, my name has been Erik Escobar.